Welcome to our video where we'll be looking at how to create document templates using our Flexidocs platform. Okay, great. So first things first is you'll need to go to your Flexidocs website. We'll need to log in. So I'll go ahead and log in and we'll log into our Flexidocs portal. Okay. So once you log into the portal, what you'll be able to see is a number of documents in the system that you've set up. As you can see over here, we've got a number of different documents over here. Against each document, we can see the parent module that the document relates to as well. So let's go ahead and look at our simple services agreement as an example of one of our documents. Okay. So as you can see, we've got a version history of all of the documents that we've been creating. What we're also able to see is the actual module that document is being generated against in our CRM. Now, the reason for stipulating the parent module is when you're creating your templates in the system. This is the module where the core field values are going to be coming from. So if you're looking at building a document from your opportunities module, you'd have your parent module here as the opportunities. As you can see, you can also set the status of certain documents as active or inactive, depending if you're still working on a document and you don't want it to be made available to the rest of the team. You can set that as active or inactive. Okay. So let's go and have a look at the, I guess, where the document templates sit in the CRM. So I'll just go to my CRM and I'll look at an opportunity as an example. Okay, so as you can see over here, if I just click that drop-down button, what I have over here is my Flexidocs little panel at the bottom over here. Now, if I click on that, based on all of the templates that I've set up in my Flexidocs console, I can see the different templates available to me. Okay. So now if I click on my simple services agreement, what that does is it merges all of the fields that I've set up in my templates with my my values that I've actually captured in the opportunity in my CRM. Okay. Now, to have a look at how those fields are, basically how to set up those fields in your template, in your console, in the Flexidocs subpanel, we have a field over here called View Available Document Variables. Now, clicking on that gives us what we call a merge field wizard in your CRM system that shows you all of the related fields, which is a result of all of the metadata being pulled in by Flexidocs to show you all of the fields in your CRM. As you can see, you've got your module variables. These are the actual fields that sit in the opportunity. So you can see account ID, account name, and all of the fields, both the standard fields and all of the custom fields that you create in your opportunity as well, are fully displayed under module variables. Now, if I continue scrolling, I've also got access to other fields that I can include when building my template. So I've got current user fields over here. What I've also got is, if I continue scrolling, I've also got related variables. Now, related variables are all of the fields in your opportunity that are set up as relate fields. So, for example, I have my primary contact. This is if your opportunity has got a primary contact that you'd like to stipulate. And by expanding that, I can see all of the fields that relate to that primary contact field that I've set up in my opportunity. So that primary contact, I can see the contacted by date, the description of that specific primary contact, and all of those fields. Okay, now if I continue scrolling, the other important thing that Flexidocs allows us to do is to also look at the related information to that opportunity. So against an opportunity, you have related contacts, you've got related tasks, related notes and meetings and so forth. But what's important about that related information is that related information can have multiple records associated with each module. So against an opportunity, for example, you'd be tracking multiple calls, multiple emails, multiple meetings, and so forth. But what we've also got over here is related milestones, and we'll talk about this a little bit later. But what this allows us to do, and this is actually a custom module that we've set up for use internally at CRM Online, is tracking the related milestones against an opportunity when we're generating a contract. And this is a custom module which you're also able to create if you know how to build custom modules in the CRM. We'll talk about this a little bit later. Okay, great. So let's go and let's open an existing template. So let's go back to our Flexidocs console. And let's go back to our documents. And let's open up an existing template. And this is a Microsoft Word template that takes literally minutes to set up. I'll use a pre-populated one just as an example. And let's download that document. So as you can see over here, you can download the current file. So you can re-edit that file, and then once you finish editing, you can upload a new version. And all your version history is all stored over here. So let's open that document. Okay, great. So as you can see, this is our simple services agreement. And what it does is it brings in things like the client details. And you can see over here you've got what you call merge field tags. Those are actually the tags that are visible in the CRM. So if I go back to my CRM, these are the tags over here that are available. So as you can see, you've got account name over here. That's the same name as in my Word template. Okay, so there you've got account name. And you might be wondering how these tags actually come to be in your template. And it's really simple. All that it is basically going to your CRM, looking at your merge field library, and simply clicking on the field. That automatically copies the value of that field to your clipboard. And what you're able to do is go back to your document and simply paste the value into your Word template. As you can see, I've made that a bold. But what I can do is I can unbold that. I can put it in italics if I'd want to. I can increase the sizes of that. So full flexibility around how those fields are going to be generated in your actual template. And I can see all of my other details over here that are pulling from my opportunity. I've got my CRM online contact, so the assigned user of the opportunity that it's assigned to, and so forth. Commencement term and date, the date closed, and so forth, are all being pulled from my opportunity. But one of the important things that we use the templates for, and what we use Flexidocs for, is for setting out a number of payments and milestones against our opportunities. So as we covered earlier, we've actually gone and built a simple object against the opportunity. And if I scroll down in my system, you can see at the bottom we've got our custom module milestones. And let me go and add a few milestones. So let's go and add, let's say 50% upfront. Let's give that an amount as a bit of an example, 5,000, expected close date, and so forth, with a bit of a description. Okay, great. So I'll save that. And we have our milestone against our opportunity now. Now, in my document, if I wanted to print out a contract that looks at all of my opportunity values, but also prints out a number of my milestones against that opportunity, that's where you go and use what you call a for loop. And the way we do that is to go into view our available document variables. So let's go and look at the variables. And let's scroll down to our related modules, because our milestones module is a related module. So if I go into that module, I can see my milestones, and you'll notice over here there's little checkboxes over here, and that's because we can select multiple fields at the same time and copy those to our template, so we can print out those specific fields. So let's go and have a look at the a few details of here. So let's go and look at the milestone number. Let's look at the name. Let's look at the let's have a look at another field. Let's look at description, and so forth. And let's copy those. So those will automatically copy to your clipboard. And when you go to your template, if you paste that into your template, what it copies is what you call a for loop. And you can see I've copied this for loop over here. And now the reason for the for loop is because that module can store multiple related milestones. So you might have 3 different milestones. And what this formula does, which is a for loop, it prints out basically multiple records of that specific milestone. But what you can do with that for loop is put the beginning of the for loop at the top of here and the end of the for loop at the bottom, and put this information in a nicely formatted table so that when you actually generate the document, it'll print out multiple records. So I finished with my document. Let's go and save that document. Okay, and let's go back to my console. So I finished with my document. Let's close that, and let's go back to my Flexidocs console. Let's pretend I've uploaded a new version of that document. It's all good to go. What I can do now is simply go to my CRM, access my document. It'll merge together all of the fields, including the related modules as well. And what I'm able to do is to download that document as a docx or a PDF. I can also email that document as a docx or a PDF. And that's by emailing that document, it actually pops up the email wizard inside of Sugar, and it attaches that document, so you can automatically send that document out from within the CRM. So while that is quickly attaching the document, you can see over here it's automatically brought in the name of the primary contact, and it's also attached the actual contract. And then using your CRM, you can go and select one of the templates that you've created that pre-fills the words that you might be sending to the customer, and you're able to send that to the client. Great. Now just to show you that it's printing out, let's download a quick PDF. Okay, again, it only takes a few seconds to merge that document together. So while that's merging, and it pops up my document. Okay, let's have a look at that document. And we have a nicely formatted PDF. Literally takes minutes to build. So let's scroll down. There's that milestone that I set up in the CRM. And of course, if I had entered multiple milestones, they would all print out nicely over here. Great, well, thank you for your time. And the next video, we'll have a look at setting up electronic signing for Flexidocs and how to send documents for electronic signing. Thank you.